Hey everybody, I'm Tom Vassell and welcome to the 12 Games of Christmas. This is a series of 10 videos where we are taking 10 different categories and giving you 12 amazing games that you can put on someone's Christmas list for this Christmas. We want to say thank you to our sponsors, Days of Wonder, Repos Production, and Liberlude. Thank you so much for the amazing games that they make. Go check them out. But also, let's take a moment to talk today about our category, which is party games. So party games, there's a lot of great party games, and there are thousands, if not tens of thousands, of terrible party games. Well, we want to give you 12 great ones to check out and play. So without further ado, let's get started.
First up on the list is Brick Like This. This is a team-based party game where players are trying to build little Lego objects. But the key is that one person actually sees what the object is on the card and they have to use words to describe how the other player is going to build it. Also, every round there's little challenges that make the game more difficult, and it kind of ramps up as you go. So you have a few little things at the beginning that might be a little hard to do, and then it definitely gets more difficult as you go along. This is such a fun partner game. Building with Legos, they really are a key component. So if you have someone who enjoys that kind of race speed building, or you just have someone who loves Legos, this might be a good game to check out.
10 years old is our next game here. That's Codenames. But they did a reimagining of Codenames this year, so I just wanted to talk about it. Codenames, if you think about the old game Password, Codenames is sort of a follow-up and an evolution of that, where there's a bunch of cards on the table and you are trying to get your team or just one teammate to guess which words by giving them one-word clues. But one word could refer to multiple cards. What's neat is there's not just one version of Codenames. There's regular Codenames with words. There's a pictorial version with pictures and Codenames. There's a Harry Potter version, if you like Harry Potter, and that one has words and pictures and special powers. There's several versions of Codenames. In fact, there's even a version where you can just play on the app, which is a lot of fun. Codenames works in a big, raucous party setting, but it also can be a very tense, fun game between multiple couples of people trying to outwit the other person. You want to feel clever and be clever? Then you should try Codenames.
Hitster is a party game for the music lovers on your list. If you know somebody that is voracious about listening to music, and especially if they like going to music trivia nights, Hitster is a perfect party game. The idea behind this is that each of the cards are going to have a QR code on them. You scan it with your phone and it connects to a Spotify and will play a portion of that song. What players are trying to do is put the song in a chronological order of when it was released. You can also add to that by guessing the artist's name and the title of the song if you want to get some bonus points. But then you'll flip the card over and find out the pertinent information and see if you got that information right. They also add little game touches like Hitster tokens that will allow you to mitigate some certain things, maybe choose a new song if you didn't know the one that first came up. But it's a really simple game, and it's one that gets people singing and, oh, I remember that song. I used to love that song, that type of a thing. And so Hitster is a really unique party game for the music lovers on your list.
All right. Big thing about party games is finding out what kind of monsters you're friends with. This is the way to do that. This is Edo. Edo is one that you are all going to judge. You're going to kind of have a 0 through 100, like food. How great is food, right? And then you're going to put a number face down between 0 to 100 to say how great you think it is, right? So you're going to place it down and you're going to say something like, chicken wings, right? And you put it down. And obviously, if you put chicken wings on 0 to 100, your card is probably like a 90 or 95, because chicken wings, pretty great. And then everyone's going to play around that. They're going to be like, all right, well, pizza obviously is going to go below chicken wings. And you're going to kind of arrange it. And then you're going to flip it to see how that worked out. And it's pretty funny to see how what you think is kind of common knowledge ends up not being common knowledge. It shows you that there are monsters here in your friend group. People that do not love chicken wings or tacos or olives on tacos or olives on chicken wings or olives. Olives in general. Now, there's no one that doesn't like olives in general. Olives are great. Anyway, that's Edo.
I love a party game that can make me laugh more than my favorite comedy movie, and I haven't laughed more at a game this year than I have at Jibber Jabble. This is a game available through the publisher's website now, but it's also going to be picked up for wider distribution from Allplay next year. But if you want to pick up the original Jibber Jabble, this is a party game that I find hilarious because one person has a card with a word on it that everyone else is trying to make them guess. I don't know what my word is, and everyone else has to give me 3 clues to make me guess that word. That's fine, it sounds like games that we've played before, but it's a spelling game. Every player around the table has to spell the clues out 1 letter at a time, and you can't communicate any other way, and so words start one direction and start turning and churning and twisting until players don't know what they're trying to do anymore. This is one of those party games that's hilarious as it falls apart, but it's also so fun because sometimes it can be saved. It's a lot of fun. That's Jibber Jabble.
Alibis is up next, and this is a great word game that's cooperative for groups, and it's very reminiscent of Codenames, but everyone's doing a lot of stuff simultaneous. So everyone has clues that they're giving for the little bit of the information that they have, and then everyone puts those clues together, and they're trying to figure out who did it, basically whose clues are not out there. And so it's a really cool way to take that Codenames idea and that wordplay and giving clues based on words, but bringing it down to a more simultaneous and a cooperative game.
Our next pick is Lightspeed Arena. Man, what a raucous good time. This game, the base game, is going to play up to 4 players, but there are 2 expansions, which will bring that player count up to 6 if you do need a larger group. But at any player count, this game is just fun. You're laying down all your different spaceships, which are going to have different powers and special abilities. And then once they're all out, you take a picture of it and the app is going to play out the battle. Man, what a fun time when you guys do your best laid plans and then sit back and watch it unfold. It's fun, it's involved, and it's really quick. You can easily have a couple games of this in one night or in one setting with your family or with your party. So for a good, raucous, good time, let's just take our spaceships to battle and see what happens. Check out Lightspeed Arena.
A game that has recently risen from the ashes. This is Magical Athlete, a hit, and one that is as silly as all get out, but a wonderful, dynamic, engaging game in which you're going to be drafting silly, kooky racers and then basically rolling a die and moving them. But of course, that's not all there is to it. Each one of these characters has a weird, bizarre power to go along with them. So which ones are you going to draft? The big baby that gets in everyone's way? Are you going to draft the guy who's only moving a little bit at a time but consistently moves? Do you want the big swingy power that often fizzles, but when it hits, you get to jump way far ahead? You can switch places with somebody else maybe. Who knows? It's filled with bizarre stuff, but it's going to be a hoot and everyone is going to have a fantastic time. That's what you're going to get with Magical Athlete.
Our next game is Rhymes with Duck. Now, Rhymes with Duck sounds like a game that's trying to get you to do things for an adult party game. It's not. Rhymes with Duck is a simple game where I give you the word other and everyone writes down something that rhymes with other. So you might have written brother, but I wrote mother. I'm trying to match other people, but not necessarily everyone. That's the whole concept of this game, but it works in a really fun way. Finding words that rhyme with red, you might say bread, I might say dead, and it leads to some silly discussions, and yet it's so easy. If you're looking for a party game to play with adults and or kids, this is one I think that runs the gamut and the whole family can easily play. Check out Rhymes with Duck.
If you want to combine party games with horror survival themes, then you have to get the This Game is Killer games. There's either the Frozen Horror or Alien on Board. Each one spoofs different types of horror movies. Frozen Horror is a riff off of The Thing by John Carpenter. Alien on Board is obviously Alien. And each round of this game, you'll play out a card. Everyone will go around, and then in backwards order, everyone plays the second card. One of them is a movement or a location. The other one is an action. And this is just a game that has all of these hilarious moments. You're trying to survive as long as you can. A lot of players are going to get killed off by the big bad or the monster or whatever it may be. And some of those actions on cards are truly hilarious. Sending people out the airlock on the spaceship, or locking people in a part of the research station, or setting rooms on fire. and you're just trying to get rid of the alien. And if you have to, off some of your friends along the way, then so be it. So if you want a party game full of hilarious moments and a cool bit of theming, then check out This Game is Killer, either of them.
Viking See-Saw is an adorable dexterity stacking tile game from designer Reiner Knizia. The idea behind this game is you're going to have a small Viking ship that has a axis point on it, and so there'll always be one side that's touching the table and another side that's sticking up. And what you're trying to do as a player is you're trying to get rid of all of the materials that are in front of you. In front of you, you're going to have a number of different type of materials, maybe a metal cube or a metal ball or a wooden meeple, things along those lines. And so what you do on your turn is you have to place one of those pieces in the raised side of the ship. And you're trying to do so without either knocking over any of the other items that are on there or making the ship tilt. Because if you do, you have to take a penalty, which is a piece of luggage from the middle of the ship that now is added to your pieces that you already have. This is a game that leads to raucous fun, a lot of laughing, a lot of jeering other players as they're shakily trying to put a piece on or trying to egg people on to, come on, you can put the metal cube out there. Don't be scared. The metal cube is not as heavy as you think. All of these different materials have different weights, of course. And so you're trying to estimate and get things right to the limit. And sometimes you'll take a risk on placing a piece in a particularly precarious spot, knowing that the next person is very unlikely to stack something without knocking it over. A whole lot of fun, a very small box, fits perfectly into a stocking, as a matter of fact. That is Viking See-Saw.
Our last game today is Top Tier. It's very common on the internet for people to talk about the best of something. And there's a very popular internet thing where you put things in the S tier, the superior tier, the A tier, the B tier. And that's what this game is. You'll make a list, a whole bunch of different people out there, and one person's going to rank them based on how well they would do at some task. They are secretly ranking them. They'll tell you how many are in each rank, and then the rest of the group has to decide, where does all these people go? And it's hilarious fun. You'll know all the people in the game because you as a group made them up. The topic itself can be very silly and funny, and you're kind of learning a little about the psyche of the person as to where they put stuff. I found that kids in particular love this game because they love the ranking, but it works well for the whole family. And so that is Top Tier. And that's it. That's our last of 12 party games that we think you should check out. So there's some wonderful stuff out there. Lots of great party games. So we hope this is a good list. We tried to make sure we found games that were available online or easy to get. So check them out. Also, thank you to Repos Productions, to Libellude, and to Days of Wonder. We thank them for sponsoring this video, and we hope you check out their games too. Finally, we hope you have a very, very party game-filled Merry Christmas. I'm Tom Vassell, and you're watching The Dice Tower. Hey folks, I'm Tom Vassell. Thanks for watching this video. Check out our channel. We have a lot of videos on our channel. We have live videos that go up each week, from live Q&As to videos where we take a look at the newest stuff on Kickstarter, crowd surfing, to top 10 lists and more. There's lots of stuff on this channel. We encourage you to explore it. You can find out more at our website, dicetower.com. I'm Tom Vassell. Thanks for watching another video on The Dice Tower.